Oh, let's try this again. Welcome back to the Forex Fortress. I have recorded a couple of videos without pressing record, so god damn it, man. It's definitely a Monday today. I will probably not be on Twitch later as my MRI and my little doctor's checkup took a lot longer than what I expected. I think everything's fine, or at least I hope so. I'll find out for sure on Friday. But unfortunately, that kind of did get in the way of all my plans for the rest of the day. So unfortunately, no Twitch stream. I'd imagine it's just a little bit too late. Anyways, as far as our Forex Fortress goes, as always, we start off with the daily over here, and I should probably reiterate the purpose of this series. It's just very, very short term look at the Forex market for the major US dollar pairings. Maybe we'll look at a couple exotic pairs, around the way, especially if there's, any particular wants and needs for those. Definitely shout them out in the comment section below. And starting off with Dixie, of course, to get our buys for our major US dollar pairings. Very obviously putting in a lower high right here. Now, when I recorded my first video, or what I thought was a fucking record, we were trading at about 93.5. Not so much anymore. But still, the target remains back down to about $93 here. Short term, do we play off a little bit of bounce? Actually, exactly where we are right now at about 93.25. Possibly yes on an hourly. But I'd be looking for that one to get sold into it. This one's very likely coming back down to about $93 base, and that likely will set in the buys for all major US dollar pairings to be going a little bit to the upside. The stronger ones will be going more, the weaker ones will be going less, maybe even just sideways for the weaker ones, depending upon their relative strength. So with regards to that, basically what we see on Dixie, very, very short term, hourly, 4 hour, and daily, all downside angled. Weekly, still like it long term, but that's long term, and that's months away most likely. So fair enough. With that in mind, let's go over here to Aussie Dollar and start off with this one. And short term, I'll be looking for a little bit of upside, probably back up towards 71.25. It looks like. Yeah, I'd be looking for about 71.25. Anywhere between there at about 71 and 71.3 region. So short term upside angled. 4 hour looks like it's got a little bit of upside here as well. Definitely on the weaker side though, I should say. But yes, short term, medium term, all upside angled here. Somewhere around, like I said, about 71.25 all the way up to about 71.3 regions where I'm looking for on this rally. Actually, sorry, no, make that 71.4 potential. If this one does hold here, which actually is looking like it wants to, so fair enough. Actually, you know what? I would extend that. Yes, 71.4, not 71.25. 71.4 is where I'd be looking towards on this one. Could have more than that, potentially, yes, but this one's definitely on the weaker side in comparison to all of the other major US dollar pairings. Let's go over here to Cad Dollar. What do we see? Short-term upside as well, or at least on the 12 hour. What do we see on the daily? Short-term target back up towards about 76 cents, maybe a little bit beyond there. 4 hour, what do we see? Same thing, 76 cents. What do we see on the hourly? Same thing as well. Yeah, basically all time frames that we looked at have a little bit of upside posturing, and about a little bit north of 76 cents where I'm looking for on this one short term. What else do we got on top of that? We got some euro pound over here. Let's go check out this one. I know a lot of people like this one. Short term upside, probably back up towards about 90-70ish region. Long term, or on the, I don't know about long term, but daily, what do we make out of this? Daily, I don't make much out of this actually. Just short term out, I'd be looking for this move to play out somewhere back around here at about 90-70 to 90-70-20ish region, something like that, and then probably a little bit of a short-term pullback. I would not say much other than that. I'd want to see this one tomorrow. Let's look at euro dollar. Oh Jesus, nice one, euro dollar. When I first started recording this video, I was saying 118.1 region now. I'll still be holding on with that, although it looked a lot more of an impressive of a call when it was trading like 117.5. So fair enough. Anyways, going down here to the 4 hour, what do we see? Same thing. Yeah, angle to the upside on basically all these time frames here. So I do like the confluence between all this, and yes, somewhere back around here towards about 118, and let's just call it 118.10, 118.25 region is where I'm looking for, and probably a short-term pullback from that region. Then we'll come back tomorrow and check it out. Don't want to say too much other than that. Pound dollar, what do we see over here? Short-term upside on the daily, 130.70 is what I'm trying to say. 130.70 crown. Get your fucking words right. Same thing on the 12 hour as well. Actually, 12 hour looks a little bit better here, in fact. What about 4 hour? Yeah, short-term upside as well. So all time frames kind of in unison, playing in concert right now. Yeah, 130 and 33. And what about the hourly? Yeah, looking good here too. Be looking for about 130.40ish region. So anywhere around this prior high right here is where I'm looking for on this current short-term run, and then a little bit of a pullback there. Now, if it does start to take out this high that you saw on 12th of October, I would extend that run actually all the way up towards 131.6. Let's just call it 131.7. Easier to say. Yen dollar. This one's definitely on the stronger side. long-term constructive. Short-term also looking good as well. Be looking for this one to pop back up towards 95.10 region. What do we see on, I'm curious about the 12 hour as well. Yeah, looks fine here too. What about the 4 hour? Same thing, 95.02 short-term target on the 4 hour, and hourly same target as that, but the daily I do actually think plays out, and you see about 95.10 to 95.15ish region, anywhere above 14th of October high, and I'll extend that run all the way up towards this level right here at about 95.40ish region. What do we have after that? We got some pound yen. I forgot this one, my favorite shitcoin to trade. I'll be looking for this one to trade back up towards about 137 in 70 cents region. What about on the 4 hour right here? Yeah, looking like a little bit of a short-term breakout to the upside. Hourly here, same thing. All time frames looking for some up. Yes, we looked at that one. Looked at that one. Okay, where's my Swiss franc dollar? There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Yeah, another one of the strong ones. So yen and Swiss franc both strong. This one, when I first hit record, or what I thought was record, like I guess this must have been like half an hour to an hour ago. I was looking for this area right here to be hit. It looks like it pretty much got hit already. 110, just a little bit north of 110. I'd probably extend that target a bit more towards 110.14 region. And could it have more on top of that? Potentially yes, but I want to come back tomorrow and see it first. So short term, medium term, all looking for some upside here. Looking at nice and girthy. What about gold? Gold, a little bit of short term pressure right now. So this one is a little bit problematic if it's not rallying with everything else. But I think it's just earlier in the day to call this one. I do think that this one heads back up towards about 1930ish region short term, rather likely, or maybe not short term, but on the dailiest. So maybe over the next few days, back up towards about 1930ish region. I'd give this one a chance just because everything else is rallying, and gold sometimes plays a bit of a laggard, probably waiting for US markets to open up as well. Let's check out NASDAQ, as I do want to follow up on this morning's analysis. So here's the thing, if we were really going to be looking for a major reversal coming into this week, we'd expect a gap down on open, and we're just not going to get that. And I mean, unless if things just absolutely crumble from here in the next like hour and a half between now and in market open. But this one looks like it wants to pop back up towards above 12,000ish region, and I should probably follow up on Bitcoin as well. So very quick follow up on Bitcoin. And let's see what she's doing. Basically upside angled here as well. I'd be looking for any sort of a 4 hour closure above 11,550, which is coming in the next 12 minutes and 19 seconds. So by the time that I post this video, you very well actually may even have clarity on the situation. But any sort of a closure above 11,550ish region, I would look at that as resolution of the upside and start targeting moves towards 11.8 region and perhaps even beyond over time. This one, just in lieu of everything else that we've looked at, do I think that it goes up as well? Probably yes. If I had to call it right now, I do think that this one does likely break to the upside, but still I want to see those relevant levels broken first. Proof not promises is the name of the game, and while it does look good, while it does look like it wants to give a go, at the end of the day, how many times have you seen a fucking fake out at a critical level in your life? Probably a million times, as have I, and so that's why I do remain a little bit cautious on this one. But yeah, it does look like it wants to give a legitimate try to the upside, and of course CME is looking a lot more impressive here as well. Momentum oscillators are looking a lot more bullish. 4 hour Stokes to the upside, 4 hour RSI back above the exponential looking constructive, and also putting in, well, you can't even really see it right here because all of Caretaker's divergence signals are just painted alongside this one, but this would be a falling channel right here, which typically does break out to the upside, and in this case probably does also just does kind of match up with what we see on price action right here as well. So if I had to call this one here, I think that we're going to see resolution on this one. Any sort of a 4 hour closure above 11,600 on CMEs, I would call that resolution to the upside, and I'll start targeting moves, like I said, back up towards, on CMEs it'd be like 11.9, on spot it'd be like 11.8. So with that in mind, I think that's a good place to likely leave this one off. And of course, for Bitcoin, if you don't see this next 4 hour close above 11,550, that doesn't mean that it's necessarily over. But with historical volatility percentile expanding from this price, or from this point right here, it would make me think that this current trend likely does emerge to the upside. But if you are going to see a fake out, here's how you'll likely know that you're going to see a fake out if it happens. If we take out, what low is this? Yeah, yesterday's low, 11,408, and let's just call it 11,004. Even just a tick below there probably does turn into a bit of a fake out. At the very least, we'll test back down to about 11.3, and anytime that you get close to the support, you have a chance to break it, just like anytime you get close to resistance, you have a chance to break it as well. But for right now, it looks constructive, looks good. If I had to call it, probably does break out to the upside. With that said, I'd like to wish you the best of the best. This has been the Forex Fortress in literally less than 10 minutes. I'm so happy about that. And I'd like to wish you the best of the best once again. Take care, and until next time.